Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Different Point of View. I'm KonateLilas, your host, and today's topic, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but that's why I named the show A Different Point of View. So, Rihanna is considered a national hero in Barbados. Now, Barbados is a brand new republic. They have received full independence from Great Britain. Queen Elizabeth is no longer considered the head of state. They have their first president. And as a newly independent Barbados, one of their first actions was to make Rihanna a national hero. Something that I fundamentally disagree with. Black people, you worship celebrities too much. And as a culture, we worship celebrities too much. Now, don't get me wrong. Rihanna is an amazing talent. I mean, she has hit after hit after hit after hit. I mean, there were times where I didn't think this Rihanna reign was ever going to end. But you're calling her a national hero. Did she save the country from some kind of invasion? Did she eradicate poverty in Barbados? What has she done for the people of Barbados? How has her celebrity helped the people of Barbados as a whole? And I have read, I do my research. I spent 3 hours reading articles, and there was no mention of her having housing in Barbados, sending large amounts of children to college, building infrastructure in Barbados. I have not read any of those things. Now, I'm going to stress that I haven't read it. I'm not going to say that she hasn't done those things. I do know that they made her Minister of Youth and Culture, and they have February 22nd as Rihanna Day. So now I don't know, perhaps in the capacity of her role, maybe she has done tremendous things for the island. I don't know. But let's give the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say that she was a big time philanthropist for Barbados. Why weren't those things mentioned in the articles? And why wasn't mentioned by the prime minister, or should I say the new president? Why has no one talked about it? Because, and the fact that you didn't talk about it, that means that it wasn't important to you. I'm going to say it again. The fact that it was not mentioned in any of the publications means that it wasn't important to them. What you want to know what was mentioned in the publications? How she is from Barbados, how she is a very successful pop singer, how her clothing line has grossed $1.7 billion. That was mentioned. So perhaps that was important. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with this celebrity worship that we have among Black people. Biggie Smalls. I mean, I have seen pictures and illustrations of Biggie Smalls right next to Malcolm X and Dr. King. What? Are you kidding me? I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, Biggie Smalls, if we're talking about from just a lyrical content thing, he is an amazing rapper. But what has Biggie done for Black people? I mean, what has he done to uplift Black people? I mean, he said it right in his own music. Money, hoes, and clothes is all a nigga knows. That's what he said in his music, and his music was reflective of that. His music wasn't about uplifting black people, celebrating black people. I mean, if you really look at it, he perpetuated a culture of disrespecting black women, calling women bitches and hoes. He perpetuated drug dealing, drug selling. He perpetuated European materialism. He perpetuated, weed smoking. I don't know if I said that already. But there wasn't much positive and uplifting about Biggie, other than the fact that he was a good rapper. His lyrical skills were amazing, but how do you put him next to Dr. King? Are you serious? You're gonna put Biggie Smalls, Mr. Money, Hoes and Clothes, all the nigga knows, up next to a man that died for black people, that marched, that, was a major part of the civil rights movement? Black people, are you serious? You worship celebrities too much. It's sad. It's like we're so desperate for heroes that anybody that has any measure of success, we pedestalize. And it doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Now, on a different note, I went to, of course, I live in New York. I live in New York City. And I went down to Washington Square Park. Okay? And they have a statue of George Floyd right next to other black leaders. George Floyd, for real. The George Floyd that held a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Okay? The George Floyd who has a criminal rap sheet. Okay? Who was actually in a lot of ways a terror to the black community. This is who you idolize. This is who you make a statue of. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. Those cops or those police officers should have went to jail. Who George Floyd was had nothing to do with that intersection. It had nothing to do with the fact that a man is telling you that he cannot breathe, but yet you continue to brutalize him. So his criminal record, his criminal past has nothing to do with that. I get it. So yes, don't misunderstand me. They should have been found guilty, but you make him a hero? He wasn't a hero. He was unlucky. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was unfortunate, but he's not a hero. But this is what black people do. The people that you make your heroes are like, what? Are you serious? Now, am I saying that you have to be 100% squeaky clean and 100% perfect to be honored by black people? No. Listen, Malcolm X is one of my favorite people, but before he was Malcolm X, he was a drug dealer and he was a pimp and he was a gangster. Okay? But at some point, his life was elevated and he was a major benefit to black people. I'm sorry, Rihanna is a major benefit to herself. Unless there are things that she has done that I don't know about. And if she did those things, it wasn't reported in the news. That means that it wasn't important to you. What was important to you was her celebrity. Biggie Smalls, I'm sorry, did not elevate black people. He didn't. George Floyd did not elevate black people. Black people, check your leaders. Check who you elevate. Check who you idolize. It says a lot about you. Now, Tupac was a little different. At least I can say that Tupac had a lot of leadership potential. Yes, don't get me wrong. Tupac definitely engaged in his share of nigga nonsense, the whole thug life thing and all that stuff like that. He did. But yet he also had things like Dear Mama. He had a lot of other songs, Keep Your Head Up. So with Tupac, there's more of a balance. And I saw interviews with Tupac, and this was a brother, if he really wanted to, he could have really uplifted black people because he just had this commanding presence about him. Like when he spoke, a lot of black people listened. He had so much leadership about him. So Tupac is a little different. I don't even put Tupac and Biggie in the same category. But anyways, black people, Check your celebrities. Stop idolizing and worshiping celebrities. Those are my thoughts. I would love your thoughts. Please put your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Konate with another episode of A Different Point of View. Peace.